again, everybody. The History Guy here. I am back. I was in Pittsburgh for a couple of days for Rachel's challenge, and I am ready to get back into this. You guys were pretty savage to me after Shiloh, and that's totally okay. I welcome that. I welcome those observations, those comments. That's exactly what I'm asking for. So totally okay. I think I tried to explain my reasoning behind playing so timidly in that battle, just as an effort to preserve my army for future battles. But it's totally okay that you disagree and suggest alternate things I could have done. I welcome that all the time. So we're going to go ahead and get into the next battle, which we got this series of battles that were part of the Valley Campaign in 1862. We're going to start with First Winchester, which was May 25th, 1862. This was one of 5 fairly decent-sized battles that happened around the town of Winchester, Virginia. There was one a couple months earlier called the First Battle of Kernstown. I actually had a great uncle who died in that battle with the 1st West Virginia Infantry, and his name was Frederick Stillwagon, sometimes written as Stillwagner. He's buried in the National Cemetery down there. There were 2 battles known as the First and Second Battles of Kernstown. There were 3 battles known as First, Second, and Third Winchester that happened throughout the war. Shenandoah Valley was very strategically important to both sides, especially the Confederacy, because much of their farmland, their rich farmland in Virginia, was there in the Shenandoah Valley. That's why it was fought over so hard, and Winchester was kind of the northern gate to the Shenandoah Valley. So we take 8 brigades into this, so I've gone ahead and created a 2nd Corps, so I can go ahead and kind of shuffle the units around as needed. I don't think I'm taking any artillery into this one. So I'm going to go ahead and drag them out. And we're going to go with infantry. We've got, for the first time, I've got a couple of infantry brigades that have hit 2 stars. So as promised, I will begin naming those in honor of what the patrons have asked for. And I'm going to start with my 2 newest patrons since they have not yet had the privilege of having that happen for them. So these are Lorenz's. They're not exactly the best melee weapons. I'm actually going to go ahead and create these guys as a more of a shooting unit rather than a melee combat unit. We're going to try to specialize some of these when I can. So we're going to go ahead and rename this one. And Cameron Maynard, you're up first. Syrinx 2112 is his username. It comes from a Rush song. And he has requested that we name his unit the Snakefoot Brigade. He is in a reenactment unit, and he wears snakeskin boots when he reenacts. So in honor of that, he has requested the Snakefoot Brigade. So there you have it, Cameron. We're going to go ahead and keep you at 2 stars best we can. So I'm going to do this. We're going to go up as high as we can with rookies to keep it at 2 stars and then max out there to 2,000. 2nd Brigade that we'll be naming for a patron. This is the username, at least on Patreon, is Our Dad Gallant. I believe you have a different username here on YouTube. I'll have to get that so I can mention that for you. But he's Danish, and I love the fact that we have so many folks who follow this channel in the over in the Eastern Hemisphere over there. Well, I guess you're still the Western Hemisphere in Europe. And no, that part of Europe would be the Eastern Hemisphere. So either way, the Tenacious Danes are the name for this one. So we will be taking both of those units into battle, but I'm going to try to keep 1 2-star unit per division where possible, just to kind of spread them out so they're not all in a situation where they both end up kind of getting lit up in the same battle. Plus I can spread out where my good units are. So now from there, well, let's go ahead and get Tenacious Danes kind of up to speed here. Also going to be more of a shooting unit rather than someone who focuses on melee combat. These guys I'm going to have to go all the way like that. That's going to be expensive, but I'm not going to spend that much on other units, just those 2. Let's go ahead and get some new commanders in here. I'm going to save, if I can, putting in new brigadier generals, or putting in brigadier generals just because I guess I'm going to have to use one after all. I'm trying to level up some of these lower ranked units, your lower ranked officers. This guy's almost to 2 stars, so maybe we'll try. It's going to be prohibitively expensive to do that, so We're going to go rookies with everybody else. These guys are really close to 2 stars. Now, since I already have the guns, I wonder. Yeah, we might be able to do that. Ah, it's expensive, though. Let's go halfway. And then rookies the rest of the way. These guys have the reboard farmers. We can go ahead and get them Springfields now. Alright, so that leaves me, I've still got $25,000 and $10,000 in the force pool. Obviously, I need to start being able to get some more money at some point. I can sell off some extra weapons, things like that, if I need to. I don't think I'm going to need supply in this one, but I'm going to take it just in case, because you never really know for sure. So let's go ahead and dive in. First Winchester. As you can see here, not a lot of different. Well, there is a big difference between victory and a draw in terms of the reputation points. So it's important that we win this one. Going to get $59,000 and another 4,000 men. And let's see what he's got. It was 13,000 and some before I maxed out all of my brigades. So yeah, he's up to 15 now. But still, we're going to slightly outnumber him, but with intelligent play that should be enough to win. He's got 34 guns, but I'm not going to worry about that too much. Alright, so typically what I have done in the Battle of First Winchester is I will keep a few forces here to kind of keep him occupied, but then I send the main part of my force on this really long march around to hit him from the south, and I usually take the city fairly easily. I don't know how it's going to go this time, but we will see. So let's go ahead and start getting in position to do just that. Actually, I'm going to keep my two-star brigades as the ones who stay back, and I'll send the more inexperienced units to be the ones to make the flanking attack. Alright, so we've got 2.5 hours, not a lot of extra time in making a march like this. I'm going to break off skirmishers from everybody. I'm going to be using skirmishers like crazy in this series, just because I need to do every little thing I can to get an advantage. Alright, so let's go ahead and start marching everybody south, and as the skirmishers get ahead, I can kind of tweak what I want to do with them. For now, I'm just going to start giving these marching orders. There we go. I'm going to send my general down there too. I'll probably run into either skirmishers or cavalry down here in this area somewhere. Let's actually go ahead and bring these guys forward a little bit. Like I said, not a lot of extra time to mess around here. I'll put my skirmishers just kind of screen my movement here a little bit. Don't march through all the woods like that. There we go. Alright. First things first, we're running into some cavalry over here. Skirmishers here. Whoa, man. That did not work out well. Back up, back off, back off. So I did, as expected, I ran into some cavalry there. So we've got some cover here. I'm going to get a little closer to this fence if I can. Keep everybody moving. Not a lot of time to spare here. His main body's probably down here in these woods and up into here. So I gotta be careful I don't get too close. I just want him to know that I'm there. There they are. Alright, now I'm going to start pulling some of these skirmishers off and bringing them down. There's his guns. At least for now, I'm going to keep them there just as a distraction. Once I get myself into position where I'm ready to launch the attack on the city or on the town, I'll go ahead and move these guys down as a feint in that direction. He's got his flank hanging out here. Honestly surprised I haven't started firing. Let's see if we can get a little closer and do that. We're down to just an hour and 49 minutes. Go ahead and back off. Alright, we may have to start running with some of these guys just because, well, no, I don't want to be in a position where I have little conditioning left. Tenacious Danes are just going to have to take some shots from the artillery for now. I need them to be that distraction. Go ahead and speed things up a little bit here. That's the only one of his main brigades that I've seen. If they've each got 3,000, he's probably got, by the time you figure cavalry and everything, he's probably got 4 or 5 of them. Alright, let's slow down for a minute here as we make our turn. I'm going to put a couple of brigades as a screen. Alright, so we've already used half the time on the battle just to get this far. Here comes one of his brigades. I don't know if they're just trying to draw me out, or if they're actually going to make a move on me here. But I was planning on doing this movement anyway, just not quite yet. I don't know if he's got anybody in these woods or not. Looks like he pulled them out. Oh, look at you go. Alright, let's pause for just a second here, because I can see almost his entire army is right here. Because, I mean, right there is 12,000 men at least. So he's not left much down here. He's about to be in for a big surprise. I'm going to go ahead and move these guys up. Whoa, okay, hold on. Not a good idea. Back up. I kind of messed that up a little bit. Okay. I did not intend for my skirmishers to get in there into melee combat. Although it looks like they did okay for themselves. Yankee cavalry maneuvering at the rear. Where? Where? I don't see them. Oh, they're right here. That's who he's probably talking about. Okay. All right. Alright, so we routed that brigade. That's good news. Oh, history guy, what are you doing there, buddy? Get out of there. Keep my supplies close. Alright, let's pause for a second, see what's happening. There's most of his army right here. If he's got anybody over here, it's no more than a brigade. There's an hour to go. Let's see what the numbers look like. So there you have it. I've actually got about a 1,700 man advantage right now. He's lost 1,000 men. I've lost about 500. I know some of you don't like the fact that I've already poured 4 points into reconnaissance, but honestly, it has a big impact on how I strategize by knowing what he's got available to him on the battlefield. Bring these supplies over this way. All right, he's starting to bring some units over here to deal with me. Be cautious here. The Snakefoot Brigade may find themselves in a situation where they're being hit on their flank. Alright, 52 minutes to go. I just want to pause again and evaluate how things are going here. Donnelly's being routed again. It's not letting me... Oh, I'm already selected on Preston, that's why. Alright, these guys are doing alright. These guys are doing real well. Let's get them moved up. Get some of the skirmishers up in here. Tenacious Danes and Snakefoot Brigade, your first battle as named units. Obviously, you're going to be the heaviest engaged and probably lose the heaviest casualties. So, in hindsight, maybe that wasn't the smartest idea just because they're the most expensive to replace. But you can see they're performing well against units that are significantly larger than them. Alright, I'm going to keep Stuart out here on the wing, just in case there's somebody over here that I can't see. But we'll go ahead and move up and take the city. Alright, we've secured Winchester. Now we just need to hold it. Don't think that's going to be an issue. I had a... Oh boy. Okay. Let's be cautious here. Pause again. We got 35 minutes to go. I had a 1,700 man advantage. It's now about a 2,500 man advantage, as he's lost, looks like about 2,500 men. I've lost just over 1,000. Alright, hold up right there, battle. I don't want to get any farther than that. I want to stay in these woods as best I can, stay in the cover. And now he's got the cover in the woods, so we want to be cautious with this. I hear cavalry charge. Where is it? He's going to make an attempt on the town here, but we're going to light him up. About 100. He lost over 100 men just in that one volley from a couple of those units. Tenacious Danes, look at you go, man. 923 kills, 400 deaths, heavily engaged. Snakefoot Brigade, same thing. Doing really well for yourselves. I kind of left you hanging out there a little bit. Looks like we must have dissolved a unit somewhere. So he's bringing skirmishers around now. Alright, hit him, Kemper. I was expecting he'd rout a little sooner than that. Looks like he didn't. It's alright. We're bringing help just in case. There he goes. Alright, I think we're going to hang tight right here. Tenacious Danes, you need one more kill to hit 1,000. Come on. Get somebody. Oh well, I'm not going to do something stupid and advance them into that battery just so I can get another kill. Alright, I think this one's in good shape. I'm starting to feel a little more confident in this legendary mode. Early on, I was really timid. I was really concerned how it was going to go, but you know, the tactics are the tactics, and they work regardless. You just got to deal with bigger numbers, that's all, and just plan accordingly. So obviously later in the war it's going to be a different story, but for now we're doing okay. So again, about 3-to-1 casualties, looking good there. Odds were pretty even. By the time you add his cavalry and his guns, we had about the same number of men. One thing I've definitely noticed is it feels like I'm just not capturing nearly the weapons that I hoped at this phase in the battle. So I did get a new brigadier general out of all this. Tenacious Danes and Snakefoot Brigade, you guys had by far the most kills, but also by far the most losses, at least on my side. So now we'll get into Cross Keys and Port Republic, which are a couple of the battles that were fought by Stonewall Jackson. We're going to go ahead and go back to politics. Let's go ahead and take a quick look He's getting another 14,000 fresh recruits, so obviously that gets his army size back up pretty large. I'm just curious, looking ahead, what he's going to have at Gaines Mill, at least as of now. Alright, so he's just... Wow, really? He's only going to have 23,000 men there? Now, obviously, that's going to change when I build up my army, but... Dang. That makes me feel a little better. We'll see how that changes between now and then. Cross Keys is next. Let's take a look at that one. Alright, I'm going to be defending. I remember this battle. You basically hang out in the woods, and he will try to hit on one flank or the other, so I've got to be cautious where I defend. But 21,902 men. I'll have 10 brigades. So let's go ahead and bring the artillery back over. And I'm going to stop right there. Since I did my army build at the beginning, I will do the same for the next battle as well. I'll go ahead and get everybody replenished and ready to go before we go into the next battle. I don't think I'm going to spend any reputation just yet, because I can only spend 10, and I've only got 30. So at least for now, we're going to hang out with what we got. Eventually, those 10-pounder parrots are looking really, really nice. I may go that route. But for now, there you have it. As always, welcome your input, your observations. What did I miss? What could I have done better? What would you have done differently? What did you like? What did you not like? Use the comment section below. Check out some of my other videos. I'll probably have another one coming later today. Probably another bomber crew video. So I'm glad you guys have been entertained and kind of enjoying that as much as I have. It's a fun game to play and very challenging as well. So thanks for watching. If you'd hit that thumbs up, I would greatly appreciate it. Subscribe if you haven't already. We'll see you again soon.